Hey, in this video, I'm going to do the second stage of cold calls, also warm calls, people that have shown some interest in getting a quote, and I've already sent out a quote, how I'm going to follow up on them, really trying to move them across the finish line. You never know, could get some closes right now, so hopefully get some on here and watch them live. So let's dive into a few of these calls. Let's go. All right, so this guy, I sent the quote to him. He said that it was too expensive, so I'm just going to try to overcome that objection, ask him what he values. And
Hello?
this is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. How's it going?
Where you calling from?
I was calling regarding the quote that I sent over for the truck. Did you get a chance to review that?
Sir, I see that, but it's too high,
What's the price that they're offering you there? $21,000 a year. So that's with liability only, no physical damage. Got it. Okay.
The medical is for me or for the another person who
So the medical payments coverage, that's really just for other drivers. Like if you do get into an incident or an accident, that driver, they would cover like an ambulance or an x-ray for minimal medical costs. If there was a serious injury, Mohini, then they sue you. That's where the liability limit of $1 million or $750,000, that's for a lawsuit. So medical payments, that's for other drivers, like, if they got into a small accident, they needed an ambulance, that covers like an ambulance or something like that. Does that make sense? So yeah, that's that. So you're getting one for $21,000 just liability, is that right? Okay, got it. And just to make sure, what are you using the truck for? I just want to make sure we're categorizing it correctly, and let me see if there's another way we can get you something more competitive. Sure, okay, so USP, so you're using, like, you're delivering and transporting paper goods, is that correct? Like paper goods, is that what you're transporting? Paper? Okay, dry loads. Okay, got it. So if we can find you something that's more competitive than, in the range of the 21,000, is that something you would consider going with us if we can find you a better quote in that range?
Yeah. Can you find for me like that?
Yeah, of course. When were you looking to get the policy in place or the coverage in place? Okay, like 1 week, 2 weeks, a couple days, or what's your kind of, in 1 week? Let me see what we can do. So they may, you want to make sure that you're covered here with a good company. Is there anything else important to you other than just like the best, the cheapest price? Is there anything else you care about on the insurance, or is it just price? I was just gonna say, anything other than just like price, like do you care about the quality of the company or customer service of the carrier, anything like that you care about other than just price? The quote that we sent you, it has $1 million liability, it has $100,000 cargo coverage, it includes $40,000 in trailer interchange, and then the medical payments coverage, very, very inexpensive. That's like $20 a month. It's not much money at all. Less than $20 a month. So that's it. Main thing there is the liability limit. That's where you're getting the most cost of your insurance, is in liability. So you have a 1 million limit. Do you know if you can do 750,000, or do you have to have 1 million? Do you have a contract that requires you to have 1 million? What about liability? How much for the liability? What do they require? What coverage is it though? Is it $1 million coverage, or is it 750,000? How much coverage is it? Yeah, if you could send me that, I'm gonna keep working on this and try to find you a better option. If you can send it to me, I'm gonna keep doing everything possible, and then if we can get it, yeah. Oh, 100,000. Oh, got it. So you can go as low as 100,000. That's the minimum requirement. That should drop the rate quite a bit. Let me see what we can do. I still do recommend going with a better, having better coverage. But if we do 100,000, that's going to bring your premium down significantly. Actually, I just refreshed the quote because I'm in your quote right now. I'm looking at it. So the 100,000, it brings it down to $22,000 a year for the liability. Your cargo is only 1,850, so it's like roughly $120 a month, something like that. And then the trailer interchange, yeah. So let me give you the whole breakdown of all of it included all together. So this is liability, cargo, trailer interchange, all of it packaged in. It's always the best rate to package them together than to separate. If you separate them up, they're going to be more expensive. Perfect. You don't have the truck yet, is that right? You don't have it? Okay. I'm going to send you the revised quote right now. It looks like it's a lot more competitive as well. The rate's going to be much, much better. So all we need, once you do decide on the truck that you're going to go with, all we need is the initial down payment, and then we can get the certificate of insurance, the ID cards, and then all that back to you. Okay, I'll send that right over to you here in about 5 minutes. Okay, thanks so much. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, there's one. I'm going to send him a revised quote. That looks like he's just purely on price, so we're going to try to do our best to try to get something in line because he's got something significant, almost like half the price. We were coming in at like $45,000 annually, and we're going to get it down to $22,000 literally just by cutting the liability limit to his minimum requirements. Still, what I'm going to do is, let him know once I do send over this. I'm going to remind him of the exposure he has with such a 20,000 pound truck driving on the freeway. If you do hit somebody, that could be an injury that costs somebody, or the medical bills could be hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if someone's seriously injured. So I'm going to let him know it might be worth paying a little bit more to get you $500,000 or $750,000, not just to get the cheapest price. So they're always trying to build the value and really show the quality of the company. That's what's going to differentiate the customer and making a decision whether they go with, a low quality company. And you have to paint those pictures. Like, look, sir, if you're driving on the freeway, this is a 20,000 pound vehicle. You want to go with a better quality company. God forbid you hit somebody with that truck. You take a quick glance at the phone, text message, and you hit somebody and they're seriously injured. Nowadays, these injury attorneys are going to go after everything, and they're going to sue you for, max limits and trying to go after your personal assets. Let's make sure you have significant, good enough coverage to make sure if there is a really bad injury or accident, you're covered properly. This gets them thinking. Every other agent's just price cutting. Obviously, you got to get competitive. You got to talk with them numbers, and it's got to make sense financially. If we're 45,000 and they're at 22,000, there's no justifying that. That's a massive difference. So that's where that building of the value. It's called driving the wedge, making them think about the worst case scenarios and being a true advisor. Not only does that build up value to sell the policy, but it is the right thing to do as an insurance advisor. This is our job, to really make people think about these things and maybe pay a little bit more. God forbid they do get into a serious accident and they call you and then they only have 100,000 and somebody's dead. God forbid, because that's where maybe you didn't push and do the right thing as an insurance advisor and do your job right to really advise them. And now it's on you. You can't sleep well at night knowing that you didn't give it your 100%. So 2 reasons. A, it helps you sell more policies. That's awesome. 2, it's the right thing for customers and right thing for people if the price makes sense for them. And also evaluating their financial situation for lawsuits. That's what our jobs are as an insurance advisor. So let's go on. Let's keep going. More sales here. Let's keep going and see if we can try to find a better option for him here. Let's see. All right, let's get into the next one here. Let's make another call. Haven't heard from this guy in a little bit, so it's on the last leg. It's probably, if he doesn't respond here, I'm going to hit him with the death text. And so that death text is, since I have not heard back from you, I have to assume you're no longer interested in the insurance quote, and that's it. You just leave it at that, literally. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to try to reposition the quote, see if you got a chance to review it, go through the coverage, explain the quality of this company, and hopefully sell him on the idea of getting this going here. If he doesn't answer, I will also leave a voicemail basically saying exactly what I just said. Since I have not heard back from you.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone.
So yeah, this is it. Basically, give me a yes or no. This is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. I was calling regarding the quote that I sent over for the truck, submitted and approved by underwriting. Just wanted to see if you did get a chance to see that. Since I have not heard back from you, I have to assume now that you're no longer interested in the insurance quote. If you are, feel free to call me back. My number is 310-747-4157. And again, this is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. That's it. I mean, I kind of just took it off the table, said, hey, I haven't heard back from you. I'm going to send him a text message right here. And that's it. So you abandoned him. Okay, moving on. Let's do another one here. All right, and I'm going to move that over to abandoned in my own pipeline. Obviously, you can't see it, but that's what I'm doing. So moving that over to cold, the cold section. Okay, this guy, I did submit a quote for him. He responded, again, too expensive. I already called him once, so I'm going to try him one more time before the end of the day. Let's see if I can get a hold of him. And, when they say too expensive, I always try to understand what's your current situation. Do you have another quote? What are you paying now? Who are you with? What's the quality of the company? What do you value? What's most important to you? Those are the important questions. This is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. How's it going? I was just following up on the quote that I sent over for you for the truck. Said it was too expensive. What coverage or what company do you have at the moment? Okay, no problem. So it's called truckers only, but do you know the coverage, like what kind of coverage you have?
I have 30,000 trailer interchange insurance, $1,250,000.
250,000, you mean like cargo? Is that correct? Got it. Okay, sounds good. I'm just shopping around here. I tends to be pretty competitive. They're one of the best quality companies out there. Just to get a ballpark, do you know how much you're paying a month roughly with the truckers only insurance right now?
It's 13.
1,300 a month. Okay, got it. Sounds good. And then, is there anything else you're looking for other than just kind of beating that price as far as like quality of the company or anything like that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check a couple other companies. They do take a little bit longer to get quotes back to us. But do you have like a renewal coming up, or how soon do you need the coverage? We can find you something that's a good quality company, and we could find it in that range or below the 1,300. Would you consider giving us a shot to get that policy going with you?
If I can get something competitive, yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good, Fernando. I'm going to go ahead and try a couple other companies. Like I said, they do take like a day or two, and we'll see if we can package all that in together. You have it all included, the cargo, the trailer, the liabilities all lumped into one policy, or do you have them separate? Do you know if they're different companies? Got it. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that does make a big difference also with just, experience. Usually the second year in business, that really does help with the rates. So I'm hoping we can find something better. And the reason I was asking if they're packaging everything up together, sometimes they like do the liability with one company, the cargo with another company, trailer interchange separate. So that 1,300 you're saying is all included, the cargo trailer, or is it just the liability?
It's all included.
Okay, got it. All right, sounds good. As far as like down payment, I'm assuming they probably had like a down payment for you too. What was do you know the down payment amount? $4,000 roughly, close to 5,000. Okay, got it. So it's probably coming in right around like let's see, like 18,000, 19,000 a year or something like that. Ballpark. Okay, let me see what we can do. I'm gonna try to get you a better quote. Like I said, 1 or 2 days, and we've got till end of August. Let's see if pretty much it for now. I'll get this quoted for you, and like I said, try to find you the best quality company, and then also try to get you a better rate there too. Did you have any other questions for me before I get back to quoting it at all? Or yeah, no, I hear you. It's tough all around with the commercial auto. It's crazy, expensive a lot across the board. And actually 1,300, it's a pretty good range. Like you're in a good spot. I'm assuming also that's because you got no accidents, right? No tickets or accidents. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that definitely helps a lot. I'm gonna see what we can do. I'm also gonna try to push underwriting. Sometimes they can work with us to get a better rate. Like if we give them, ask for some discounts and credits, underwriters can, push and make magic happen once in a while. So I'm gonna do everything I possibly can. And if you do find out the carrier name, that would be helpful, just so that we can, try to get leverage, the different carriers and stuff like that. Sometimes they work with us. So if you do find that out, please let me know, and then I'll keep working on this, and would love the opportunity to earn your business as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you could be my current agency, because I get a couple messages from different agencies, and obviously I'm gonna go with the most financially equipped one.
Of course. Sounds great. And then as far as like certificates and stuff like that, do you ever, you know, is that something you require, like getting certificates pretty regularly or not really? Like, do you need certificates of insurance for different carriers you're working with? Like, you know, do they ask you for like additional insurance certificates ever? And it's 1 million, Fernando, or do they allow you 750,000? I'm hoping I find something good for you, and then I'll email it over to you and keep you posted if there's anything else I need from you. And then yeah, I'll keep you posted here in the next couple days. Most likely before Friday, I should have a quote for you. Awesome. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye bye. Not bad. I mean, he gave me, it's just a tough, a lot of these guys are just like, dude, they're struggling. They're really pushing, trying to just make money doing their transportation, jobs. And as you can see, $1,300 a month. It's a couple, 15,000, 20,000. This guy's paying roughly almost $20,000 a year on insurance costs. That's just liability on his truck. It's tough. You also want to try to position as much as you can. If you're close, like maybe pay a little bit more, work with us, we're going to take care of you. And that's really what it is. So it's also a volume game. A lot of these guys is just not going to make sense. We're not going to win it, but we're going to keep shooting, trying to get a best, opportunity we can. So let's keep going. All right, last one here. This one's going to be for sure a no, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I think he might even blocked our number. Let's see if it even goes through. Oh, it did go through. Okay, he was saying it's too expensive. We're going to try to pull it out of the fire. Just get him to say no at this point, because, we don't like to be left on red. I spent some time quoting this for him and gathering the information. So at the most important thing, guys, get a no. If you, make people say no to you, can we get this going for you? This is one thing that people just, they become quoters. We're quoting people all day, but we get people to say no to us. Give me a no. And that is a level of interest. No is a level of interest. That's what Grant Cardone says. It's true. If you never get somebody to say yes or no, that's weird. We're still going. We need an answer. One way or the other, just let me know. Okay. No response on that one. So I'm gonna just abandon it. I'm gonna do one more, just bonus call here. I think this will be a good one here. Let's see. Come on, baby. Give it to me. Give me something good. This is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. I'm calling to follow up on the quote that I sent over to you. I know you said you were gonna be out for a week or two, but just wanted to make sure you got a chance to review the quote, and if you did have any questions on it before we get it going for you, Jennifer, feel free to call me back. My number is 310-747-4157. And again, this is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. So notice how I said before we get this going for you, I didn't say, did you want to get this going? I just said assumptive close. This is one of the key shifts, mental shifts that you can make in sales that's going to increase your sales by so much. I remember it was a very basic thing. Just speaking in terms of assumption that you are going to proceed with the policy with the customer. So, before I get this started for you, when you say, let me know when you want to proceed, let me know if you have any questions before I get this in place for you. It's just we're doing this. And then overcome the objections once they say well, hey, I still got to think about it. Okay, no worries, sir. What do you got to think about? Is it the price? Is it the quality? Is it me? What is it exactly? And those are the things. So this probably is the number one tip I would say if you do take anything away from this. Speak in terms of assumption that these customers will proceed with the policy or the sale. Any sales that you're speaking to in terms of assumption, obviously you got to use it with grace. If you start to do that in the first minute or two of talking to somebody, they might get turned off. So you got to place it subtly in throughout the presentation. Gather the information, what's most important for you. Reposition that into the close at the end as you're presenting the quote and or the product, whatever it might be, and then use the assumptive close, getting that going, and really just show that you're going to go the extra mile for people. That little also key when having good in conversations and building rapport and building trust is what makes people choose to go with maybe a little bit more expensive product and really trust you to get that going. So hopefully this video brings you some value. You get something from this. If anything, just hear my style of how I speak to people and how I call and follow up and do my stuff. Maybe it gets you going again. So really appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment below what you like, don't like. I love seeing the hater comments too. So if you have something you want to hate on my cold calling, because it's honestly not that great always, I'm just going to keep it real. There's definitely better closers out there and better salespeople than me. And I'm just, I'm self-aware enough to say like I'm not the best, but I still put in the reps. I still make the calls. And that's really what it comes down to. And then it's just making tweaks. Like I will watch this back for myself. Another big suggestion, record yourself, watch yourself. And then you can learn from your own mistakes. So these are also just for me personally and selfishly to learn my own mistakes and watch other people. And that's one thing I will recommend to you too, is just watch yourself. So leave a comment below, leave some hate, leave some positive things if you think there was something that I did good, if something I did bad, and also any other videos you do want to see more of. That's literally how I get my inspiration to make more videos, and I'm ultimately just trying to help more agents out there than anyone else in the insurance industry. We're almost at 10,000 subscribers on the channel, so please subscribe, please ring the bell, send this video to somebody out there that you think could benefit from this video in insurance or maybe real estate or any other industry. And really appreciate you guys following. If you do have any questions, hit me up. You can hit me up on Instagram, DM me, Chris the Insurance Guy. Boom, Chris the Insurance Guy. That's my, that's the fastest way to get a hold of me. I can do voice memos and chat with you there. Or go to chriscostantini.com. That's how you can schedule a call with me one-on-one, and I can tell you how we do things and what I would advise you if you're starting your own agency or you're an agent yourself. Really appreciate you guys. We'll see you at the top. See you soon. Peace.